chapter of One Piece, the Straw Hat Pirates have finally been reunited, and it seems as if Capone, the notorious gangster, is going to give Luffy an offer he can't refuse. Godfather references aside, if you were worried that this big wedding was going to be a disappointment, worry not. It's going to turn into an absolute massacre. It's going to be insane because it seems like everybody is out for everyone's head. Big Mom is planning on taking down the Vinsmoke family, Capone is planning on taking down Big Mom, and Luffy and his crew are just gonna mess everyone up. And I have a feeling that it's going to be very exciting and very freaking insane. So, let's just break down this week's chapter, which was mostly just a big reunion between Sanji and the other members of the Straw Hat crew, as well as Jinbei and Carrot. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been making the case for Carrot a lot lately. She just fits right in with this group. All of her reactions from this week's chapter, along with Chopper and Brook, just really made it seem like she's been a part of this crew for such a long time, and I really do hope that she's going to end up being a brand new member of the crew. But mostly this is just about them coming up with this big plan to figure out if they should leave the island altogether, or if they actually should get involved in this massive conflict that Luffy is building up like crazy. Before we get to that though, I did love that everybody was really happy that Sanji was back, but Nami's reaction was, of course, exactly what you'd expect from her. She's still a little disappointed in Sanji, and I really loved the scene where she said that she would never forgive him, and I just love the visual aesthetic of that word bubble transforming into an arrow that pierces his heart. I just thought that was really damn funny, but in the next panel, he literally thinks that Nami is actually trying to propose to him, so basically, they're back on good terms, exactly as you would expect. But this is where Luffy comes up with this big plan where they're going to save Sanji's family, take down Big Mom, and save the day with fisticuffs. However, Jinbei has another method of actually going about doing this. He actually goes in all of this detailed backstory about Capone, the notorious gangster, who actually took Sanji to Big Mom personally. Now, apparently he is one of these, 5 mafioso leaders, and he's one of the most notorious and apparently one of the most messed up. He has no problem with basically going straight for the head, the jugular, if you will. He gets kicks out of basically cutting off the heads of animals and watching them writhe in pain. And that's how he's risen to power so much and gained so many allies. He takes out the leader, he plunders all of the booty, and in the process he continues to ensure his grand success. And Jinbei has stated that Capone is actually going to try and kill Big Mom. Now think about this. Think about how dedicated this crazy bastard is. Not only did he take down all of these massive organizations and actually lend his abilities to Big Mom, but he married one of her daughters, had a child, and is still planning on massacring her and her entire organization, basically trying to take it over, and that's insane. What's most insane, however, is that Jinbei actually proposes that Luffy and the other Straw Hats team up with Capone so that they'd have a much better chance of actually taking down Big Mom. And what's most funny about this is that Luffy is completely okay with all of this. Now, here's the thing. Capone, of course, is an underhanded bastard snake. He's not just going to simply work with anyone. If someone is going to be a threat to him, especially if they're going to have more power and position of him, he's going to find a way to take them out. And if he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, he seems like the type of guy who's going to do it. And him teaming up with Luffy, of course, he's going to probably find some sort of way to frickin' betray him. And that seems to be what his ultimate plan is going to be. Take out Luffy, take out Big Mom, no more threats, I'm the king. That's basically what his big plan is going to be. And you can see that at the end of the chapter when he's hanging out with all of his goons as they prepare for this big wedding which is coming up. In a mere 5 hours. They barely have any time to prep for any of this, so I cannot wait to see what this is going to develop into. So what's the rundown on this week's chapter of One Piece? What a heartfelt reunion with Sanji. I'm really glad that we finally got over all of that emotional bullcrap and they're back on track. There was also just a lot of great humor in this chapter, especially in the first half. A lot of the moments like with Chopper and Carrot and Brook, the fact that they were sort of mimicking him, like when he gets really flattered by someone and immediately decides to insult them. Again, making me want Carrot to be a member of the crew because she's just so lively and exudes so much personality, and it's another female character, which the series desperately needs. I'm especially happy that we got through this emotional arc. It could have been something that could have been dragged out for a really long time, but Sanji is officially back and ridiculous as ever. The big star of this week's chapter, though, has to be Jinbei when he comes up with this big plan to take down Big Mom with the help of Capone, which is going to be very risky, but they're not going to go down really that easily. I mean, just Jinbei and Luffy alone are such an extreme force of power. But then again, Big Mom is a Yonko. She's an emperor. She's incredibly powerful, and we still haven't really seen her in battle, so I imagine she's going to be one hell of a brick house. It's also officially confirmed that Pekoms is okay. Everything's cool with Pekoms. Apparently he was saved by one of Jinbei's subordinates. And then there's Bobbins, who apparently was just taken out by Capone and his gang. Basically, they're just trying to keep things really, really hush-hush. This way it'll be much more of a bigger surprise when they decide to take down Big Mom in this wedding. Frankly, I can't wait to see how the negotiations are going to go down. I'm especially happy the fact that if Luffy and their gang do actually decide to go with Capone, they might even get some brand new cool mafia outfits so that they can sneak into the wedding, and I think that would be pretty damn cool. And it would add a nice visual aesthetic to an arc that's already pretty damn appealing to the eyes. I just think that would be pretty fantastic. All I know is this wedding just continues to get more insane by the moment. I think it was Sanji who said it best in this week's chapter, where he said there are just so many crazy politics that are going on with this wedding, and it's just going to turn into this ridiculous event, which I think is going to be one of the most fun conclusions to any arc in One Piece. I can't wait to see how it's going to go down. I'm just so excited for it, but I'm ready for it to happen at this point. There's been so much planning, and I'm glad they're finally getting this part out of the way, but we do know that the next couple chapters are probably going to be about talking with Capone, coming up with a plan, and then boom! It's time for the wedding bells to ring, and it's going to be pretty damned awesome. This was a great chapter of One Piece, which had some fantastic humor attached to it, a nice little heartfelt reunion between Sanji and the other members of the Straw Hats that are currently on Whole Cake Island, and the promise of more crazy shit getting ready to go down. This was a great chapter right here. It was extremely wordy, but it was also a very visually appealing chapter. We also got some big new information about Capone himself, so this is definitely one that One Piece fans are going to want to check out, and one that you don't want to skip. I really like this one, so I'm going to give this one right here a 5 out of 5. Check it out, One Piece fans. You might see something you like. If any of you guys did read this week's chapter, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. Do you think that Luffy is actually going to team up with Capone, or is this just another roadblock in the way? What is Capone's big plan? Is he just going to immediately just try to take out both Luffy and Big Mom? What do you hope to see from this grand wedding ceremony? Please tell me in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things One Piece related. Please leave me a comment or two. I would love to chat with you guys. And if you liked this video, please like it. Hit the like button. Share it with all your friends. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay dandy, baby.